Well, guys, after a week, we finally got 2 new episodes. Uh, this is BD Time Avatar, and I'm here to review The Legend of Korra, Book 3, Episodes 4 and 5, In Harm's Way, and The Metal Clan. Well, let's see. What we got? Oh yeah, apparently, I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to figure out where to start. Because, these episodes were good. They were very, very good. The action sequences were beautiful. And I get the overwhelming feeling that Team Avatar is screwed. Like, the anti-Avatar team is going to take them down. And Korra's, yeah, she's screwed, too. They're all screwed. Because once they got Pei Li out, she took down a freaking dragon. She took it down. They took down Zuko. Everybody just, got pwned. Desna and Eska, done. Like, in 10 seconds by that waterbender. It was a really awesome to see. And then, her and Zahir had a moment, which was kind of cute, but then Ghazan's like, really? You're gonna do that now? That was funny. That was hilarious. You got to see more of Bolin and their family before they said goodbye, and they got passports back to the upper ring. Mako without a scarf is gonna take getting used to. I'm not used to seeing him with no scarf. It's weird, but it was a nice moment, so I don't really blame him. And then Korra taking out her frustrations by sparring with Asami. That was brilliant. That was... She's, getting all mad and airbending, and Asami's like, okay, dude, I'm tough and all, but you're getting a little rough here, man. She's like, this is starting to hurt. I thought that was funny. And then, what was it? When, the queen came back and it's like, hey, I heard a report that there's another airbender, and you're just, you gotta leave my city and all that. And Korra's like, oh, yeah, sure. I'm sure that's exactly what's going on. Because by this time, Mako and Bolin have already informed her about the airbending army thing. And so they try to go to the Lake Laogai. Oh my gosh, Lake Laogai. It's still in ruins, so that's not where they're hiding. But, Dai Li have... I'm pretty sure where they were hiding was, in the catacombs. You remember where Zuko and Katara were held? I think that's where, our airbenders were being held, and so the bust out scene for that, I've been waiting to say this all season. Prison break! But yeah, that's basically what happens. They break the airbenders out, and that was just a fantastic sequence. At first I was like, oh, where's Asami and Lin? Where the heck did they go? But it turns out that they were waiting in the airship with the getaway vehicle, which I thought was, it's a nice way to handle them. By the way, Lin was there. Lin comes with the information that those 4 have gotten out, the 4 anti-Avatar people, and we learn what happened with them while they were in prison. It's because when Korra was born, those 4 came out and tried to kidnap her, and that's why Tenzin and Tallnark decided to put her in that the compound, which I thought was a nice adapt to what happened last season, because Korra was so mad at her father for doing that, putting her in that compound and stuff. But and then I liked Kai. He got a little more development here. When he was being trained by the Dai Li and the other kid was getting kind of bullied or whatever, he kind of helped the one getting bullied, and I thought that was... Well, he wasn't really bullied, he's not a very good airbender, so they were being rough on him. And he, helped him and stuff, and then that got him sent to a little, the hole, for prison, they have holes. And I thought that was nice for his character. And then him and Jinora, little sparks are cute. They're so cute to watch when they're young. It's like watching Aang and Katara, but, just a little bit younger. And I love how Bo's like, oh, Tenzin's not going to be happy about this. But he goes, but I had to tell him, it's so juicy. I'm like, Bo, quit, shut up, don't tell Tenzin yet. But that was cute. And And Bo has a tendency to point out the obvious stuff. Like he's like, "Hey, is Toph here?" Like in the next episode, he's like, "Is Toph here or whatever?" And uh, everybody's like waiting for the answer, and she goes, "No, no, not now. Sorry." And we're like, "Oh, I think he's really just there to point out the questions that we want answered." But yeah, what was it? Well, there was something else that was very. We got to see Janora being the spirit form again, which was nice to see that she still has that kind of connection. The dailies suck, and for a second there, the queen was actually pretty menacing, and I'm sitting there going, "Wow, huh? Well, we know she can." But then her scene's like ruined when she gets sneezy and stuff, so that was cool. Anyway, so In Harm's Way, I'd say it's a pretty good episode. I liked it very much. It was a lot of action that was really good, and a little bit of backstory. And the next episode, this is the episode I saw in Spanish. I had a friend of mine translate it for me, and then I saw it in Spanish, and like the ending had me. I started crying at the ending, and it was in Spanish. But I watched it now, and I started tearing up so bad because I feel so bad for Lynn. And Sue, we find out that she has a sister who lives in this metal city, hence the name, the Metal Clan. And she has a sister named Sue. And the whole episode, just you can feel the tension between them, and you know at one point Lynn's just going to snap. And Sue lives in this metal city. I think she's like the big kahuna there. She's like the one in charge of everything. And she has like 5 kids, like 4 sons and 1 daughter. And the daughter happens to be the one they're looking for, who's an airbender. And you can tell Opal, that's her name, she really like wants to go explore things. You can tell that she wants to. And her and Bo have a thing, which is really kind of cute. But I'm so sick of Bo getting set up with any new character that has a pulse and is female. But it's just, I find it very interesting because like when Opal's like, "Yeah, I would love to go with you," Sue's like, "No, no, you need to stay here with your family. You can't." And she even like, I don't know, something about Sue is just off. I know she did something to Lynn, and that's why Lynn has scars and stuff. At least that's what I've speculated. But something about her, she's not evil. I don't think she's evil. But she has a certain vibe where I think she's hiding something that's very. And we get our Toph question answered because apparently Toph was with 2 men who had balls to be with Toph, and that the 2 men are their father of each respective girl, Lynn and Sue. And Toph is just kind of wandering around now, and she's for enlightenment, and nobody knows where she is, but she's alive, which I thought was awesome. But what's with all the Avatar people being like Aang and trying to think, Aang and Toph? What's with them being horrible parents? Like, I know Toph, she didn't want to be her parent, she didn't want to be all strict and stuff, but the other extreme is doing like being not there for your kids, and that's apparently what she was. I'm so sick of getting this picture painted that the people in Avatar couldn't be good parents except for Katara, who's been a parent almost her entire life. And then, so yeah, that bugs me. I'm still not buying that. I mean, it's an interesting for backstories and stuff, but I don't. And apparently Sue was the rebellious one of the 2 sisters. She like ran away from home at one point, like 16 or something, and she lived with sandbenders and joined a circus. She's Tylee, apparently. And, yeah, I thought her backstory was really nice, and the story she painted for her family. And I can tell she's trying to fix things with Lynn, or at least pretending to try to fix things with Lynn, but Lynn is just not having it. This entire episode, she is a mean, bitter person. I understand that she has scars, metaphorically speaking, and understand that, but after 30 years, you think she might be able to, like, look past all the crap that's happened, or maybe, like, just sit down and talk to her family, because at one point, her niece, Opal, she comes in and she's like, "Hey, I'm sorry for all, I know our family's crazy and stuff, and I know it's hard, but I would really like if you be a part of our family," and Lynn just flat out tells her to get the heck out of her room. I'm sitting there going, dude. And then I really think when Cora's meddling in all this, I don't really think she has a right to be like, hey, why didn't you tell me you had a sister or whatever, or to like say those things to Lynn like she did at the very end, where she's like, hey, I try to give you the benefit of the doubt, but all you're ever going to be is a bitter, lonely old lady. And I'm sitting there going, dude, you have no right. You do not know the whole story. You have no right to say that to her. And that's what I've kind of like, that's the only point so far that Cora's been like kind of out of line. But I still love Cora, do not get me wrong. But that's the one part where I thought she's a little bit out of line. And then Lynn starts crying, and I start crying. We all start crying. It's fantastic. And then, there's something else in this episode. Varric, he's back. And yeah, he's just his same old kooky self. So there you go. So yeah, he's like just saying all the stuff how he got out of prison and stuff. Yeah, but anyway, guys, I really was excited for these episodes, even though I saw one of them already, and I still loved them. So I'm really excited to see what happens next. Also, Zahir, he snuck into the Air Temple and Air Temple Island and kicked Kaya's butt when she found out that he was Zahir. So that was cool. But now he knows that most of the airbenders at the Northern Air Temple, so that's going to be a problem. Also, in the 4th episode, I forgot to mention that the Earth Queen's like saying, hey, if you steal these airbenders from me, I'm declaring war or whatever. So that's going to come back, I have no doubt. Well, that's it for now, guys. I like these episodes. The fighting was awesome. The look of the city was amazing. And so, yeah, the look of the city was really cool, and I enjoyed this episode a lot. And I can't wait for the next 2 to come out. I think the next 2 are airing next week. So, yeah, that's it. Beat Your Titan Avatar is out. Peace.